Preparing to live stream. Oh, that takes a little while to. This meeting is being live streamed. Got it. Everybody's getting that message now. And I will just keep waiting until I hear Andy's to live stream. Oh, that takes a little while to. This meeting is being live streamed. All right, we're just letting people in the room right now. We are waiting for Andy to work out some sound issues. You know what I would do, Andy, is I would just unplug whatever sound card you have and just use what's on board of the laptop. And let it just jump to default. And if you're with us out on Facebook or YouTube, welcome to the Folknet Showcase Room. And somebody needs to please mute if you're not on right now. Sean, I'm going to go ahead and mute you right now. Kent, I'm going to mute you. So if you're out on Facebook or YouTube, what we have going on is the Folk Alliance Region Midwest Conference, and this is a private showcase hosted by Folknet, Northeast Ohio's folk and traditional music and dance society. And we are coming at you live from all over the country. And we have people up in Alaska, Virginia, down in Nashville and Memphis, and we've got viewers who are on the Zoom with us.
Okay.
Michigan and all. There we go, Andy. We've got some sound.
Can you hear me now?
Well, I can hear you now. So we're going to start off this evening with a board member of the Folknet organization, and you can find us at folknet.org. He's a board member. He's also, he just keeps folk music going alive all over the country. His name is Andy Cohen. Give him a big hand from wherever you live, and make sure you can. He's got the window open, so he can hear you if you're loud enough. Take it away, Andy. Thanks.
Okay. How you doing, Charlie?
I'm good. I'm tired.
I'm going to play some unusual instruments. This is a mandola. It's a little bit bigger than a mandolin. Get my picture, put it in a frame. When I'm gone, see me just the same. Get my picture, put it in a frame. When I'm gone, you can see me just the same. You know my gal got a black cat bone. When I'm gone, leave it off at home. My gal, she got a black cat bone. When I'm gone, she leaves it off at home. them squabbling blues. They have some folks say squabbling blues ain't bad. Must not have been them squabbling blues they had. Get my picture, put it in a frame. When I'm gone, see me just the same. Get my picture, put it in a frame. When I'm gone, you can see me just the same. How's that? That come across?
Yeah, it sounded great. Sounded like just
Okay.
like it should sound.
Now I'm going to pull out the 9-string. I got a 9-string guitar.
Where do they build them with 9?
This is a, you can see by the headstock, this guitar was made by a man named John Joyce. I got it from him up in Hackensack, Minnesota, where he liked the way I played it. The 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings are doubles. So the low string is E, A, single. Then 2 Ds with the low one on top of the high one. 2 Gs, 2 E's, 2 B's, and 1 E. This is the Florida Blues. Isn't that pretty? I just do that because I can. Here we go. That was the Florida Blues. Well, thank you. And now I'm going to turn the computer around and play the Dulceola. It looks like I have about 5 minutes. So this will take me just a sec. I'm going to turn the computer around so that it's looking at the Dulceola. Then I'll go over there.
Live from Andy Cohen's home in Memphis, Tennessee. Trying to add a little play-by-play. Here comes Andy. Dulceola time.
Okay, folks, here is the Dulceola. And you play it kind of like an accordion, but straight across. It has chords on the left that are set up like the buttons on an accordion. And I'll see if I can pull this in. Yeah, okay. And I'm just gonna aim the camera at the Dulceola. You can forget about me. I'm just playing it. If you have it in your hand, get on down the line. If you have it in your hand, get on down the line. Get on down the line. Get on down the line. You have it in your hand, get on down the line. When I leave Boston, gonna Louisiana, I leave New Orleans, mama, go where I can. I go where I can. Mama, go where I can. I leave New Orleans, mama, go where I can. Will you be my boogie? Saddle my black man. Will you find me right, mama, Lordy, the world somewhere, in the world somewhere, in the world somewhere. You find me right, mama, Lordy, in the world somewhere. You haven't anything, get on down the line. You have it in your hand, get on down the line. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy.
I have to go drive to Kent. I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Thank you for having me, Charlie.
Be safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye, man. Hey, that's Andy Cohen. There's the replace the spotlight. I've got a bunch of pages open, and I don't have I'm not in mission control right now. We're out in the living room because it's late night. And I want to be on the couch.
Now I got to put on my blanket.
Sitting in the wheelchair all day.
Yeah.
And next up this evening, we're going to take a trip up through Tennessee. We just left Andy in Memphis, and we're going to head up into Nashville, where we have a fellow by the name of Sean Miller. Please give him a big hand from wherever you live, and hopefully he hears you're down there in Nashville. Sean Miller.
I wish I was in Nashville. I'm actually in Michigan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
What was I thinking?
okay.
Nashville.
Very northern Michigan, yeah.
Yeah,
but happy to be here.
There we go.
All right. Well, hello everyone, wherever you're tuning in from, YouTube or the app or wherever, the Zoom link. But yeah, my name's Sean Miller, and the song's called "When You Woke." We were holding hands with underage beer cans, just 17, the world at our feet. We were going steady, but our hearts were heavy. In a rusty Cavalier from Michigan, well, we're never going back again. We were driving away. You fell asleep, I kept on through. When you woke, I heard you say, I love you. Kiss on my cheek, we just kept on driving across that borderline. We're not just trying to run away from all of our Detroit dreams. We hit that turnpike, we're smoking memories. And now I'm back home, and you're still in the city. You can't tell me that it didn't mean nothing, that kiss, the way you looked at me. Well, we were driving away. You fell asleep, I kept on through. When you woke, I heard you say, I love you. Time stands still and it still does. Every time I think of us. Time stands still and it still does. Oh, every time I think of us. When we were driving away, you fell asleep, I kept on through. When you woke, I heard you say, I love you. All right. Hey, thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, again, this song was called "When You Woke," and this next one I'm really proud of. Actually, I wrote this over the last year during quarantine, sitting at home. There's a singer-songwriter I really enjoy and find a lot of inspiration in. His name's Donovan Woods. Actually, I think his agent was on the Folk Alliance International. But anyways, he did this Q&A on Instagram and was talking about how he writes songs, and I kind of took some of his advice, and I came up with this song. It's called "Dime a Dozen," and I was actually a finalist in the Rocky Mountain Songwriting Contest this last year with this song. Got to fly it to Montana. I sadly didn't win, but it's okay. I got to go check out Montana and play my song. But this is it. It's called "Dime a Dozen." She's a diamond dozen, just like the rose, she's got a thorn in her side. Daddy's been drinking and Mama's been leaving every other night. Now she's dancing around the room, that's all she knows how to do. Get out of her head in the bed while the light shines in through the window. She's looking out to get away, planning her great escape, to get out of this old town so she can walk on down the aisle one day. She's a diamond dozen, just like the rose, she's got a thorn in her side. Her husband's been drinking and daughter's been leaving every other night. Always feeling like loose change, thrown in a pocket and put away. She can have it any other way. Oh, she'd say that I'm a diamond dozen, and just like the roses, I've got a thorn in my side. And I've been thinking of just a believing every other night, every other night, every other night. Hey, thank you. I see some virtual claps out there. Thank you. This tune really quick. I noticed my B string was out. We tune because we care. Here. There we go. Well, again, my name is Sean Miller. I'm happy to be here. So honored to be a part of Farm again. This is great. This is my third Farm. I'm wearing my first Farm T-shirt, actually. I got to attend for the first time in 2019. Met a lot of great friends and colleagues, and it blew my mind at how much more to the whole music scene there was than playing in little old Petoskey, North Michigan. So honored to be here. Here we go. And this is another new song called Yesterday. Just the two of us watching the sunset in the park, sitting on the bench. We carved our names back in 7th grade. That was so long ago, yeah, it feels like yesterday. Do you remember when we went to the dance? And I put that corsage on your head. And we danced, yeah, we danced the night away. That was so long ago, it feels like yesterday. Books time slipping through my hands. No longer, boy, I am a man. Grown up, moved out. Looking back, I don't doubt, oh, that I did the best I could. Oh, did the best I could. When? That's how new it is. I forgot the words. Here we go. Now the kids are grown, we're empty nesters. Looking back on life, I hope we did better than our parents did back in '88. That was so long ago, it feels like yesterday. When it's my time to go, when I look back on life, yeah, I hope I'll know that the day to day, yeah, it was all okay. But that was all so long ago, it feels like yesterday. Darkest time slipping through my hands. I'm no longer a boy, I am a man. I've grown up, moved out. Looking back, I don't doubt, oh, that I did the best I can. Did the best I can.
Thanks. You got like 3 minutes.
Perfect. I got a short-ish song. Hopefully we can knock it out in 3 minutes. But yeah, thank you guys again. I'm going to play a quick song. This is one that I wrote. She's not attending Farm, but great singer-songwriter. If you're ever up in northern Michigan, check her out. Her name is Laura Fulford. She plays a lot around northern Michigan, Mackinac Island area. And we wrote this song a few years back. And it's called the TShirt Song. Nope. I'm so sorry. It's gonna bug me more than it will bug you. Alright. T-shirt song. She can't decide what to wear. She goes through the closets of her ex. That one t-shirt, well, has a tear in the seam, so she just moves on to the next. Well, that one's got a couple of stains, and that one's too stretched out, but you'll find one without a doubt. Well, that one over there, the one that says Nirvana, well, she doesn't listen to that band, but she knows it looks good on her. She never has to go to the mall again. Just keeps stealing t-shirts from all these different men. A rainbow color and a selection of size. Still looking for the one that's just right. She can't decide what to wear. She goes through closets of her ex. That one t-shirt, well, it has a tear in the seam, so she just moves on to the next. Well, it's getting colder, and those leaves, they're falling down, but good, I think she's got that sweatshirt with the name of a town she's never been to, because it's way up north, but when she puts it on, she can still feel the warmth of that broken heart. Oh, and a kiss, no, not that band, that's another t-shirt that she missed. She never has to go to that mall again. Just keeps stealing t-shirts from all these different men. A rainbow color and a selection of size. Still looking for the one that's just right. Still looking for the one that fits just right. Right on time.
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
Thank you, and what good timing, man! Don't you love when you nail it
Yeah.
like that? You feel like, okay, now I'm ready for tonight's show.
Yes.
I haven't watched the Tonight Show since Johnny Carson left.
Oh, sure.
But anyway, hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna leave Michigan. We're heading down to Ohio, back into my town here in Cleveland.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. And we got a blues player, Clevelander, fellow by the name of Sam Hooper. I think you're gonna enjoy him a lot. We had him with our Folknet concert. I'm gonna bring him up here. Share the stage with me. We had him do one of our Folknet concerts a few months ago, and he shared the stage with Tom Castle on that one. It was a virtual stage like this one. Anyway, I'm going to get out of the way. This is Sam Hooper. Please welcome him to our little stage.
Thanks, Charlie. Can everyone hear me okay? Yes? Okay, great. Pleasure to be here at Farm and Folknet. Start with a song. You mentioned the blues first, so we'll do we'll do this song. This is from our CD called East. A little thing called Lick the Bowl. Pancakes in the morning, you just can't beat that. Saturday morning wake up call, sweet butter and log cabin, you just spread them on. Your recipe's the best of all. No other lover whip it up quite the way you do. I have discovered your cooking is so good. I wanna taste every last drop. Can I lick the bowl till there ain't no more? May I lick the bowl, lick it clean? First you gotta stir it up, baby, smooth out the lumps. Can I lick the bowl, lick it clean? Whoa! Your leg of lamb with dressing, sweet potato pie. Give a tongue tickle and a smile. That oxtail soup with cornbread keeps me at home. Perks every nose around for miles. Whipped cream on pudding, what a flavorful delight. Your chocolate frosting does it to me every night. I gotta have your good cooking. Can I lick the bowl till there ain't no more? May I lick the bowl, lick it clean? First you gotta stir it up, baby, smooth out the lumps. Can I lick the bowl, lick it clean? Well, give me your gravy. Watch my mashed potatoes swoon. Better than candy. And after you pour it on, I have just one request. May I lick the bowl till there ain't no more? Can I lick the bowl? bowl, lick it clean. First you gotta stir it up, baby. Smooth out the lumps. Yeah, lick the bowl, lick it clean. Well, lick the bowl until there ain't no more. I gotta lick the bowl, lick it clean. Well, stir it up now, baby. Smooth out the lumps. I gotta lick the bowl, lick it clean. I buy a little bass, lick bowl until there ain't no more. Lick the bowl, lick it clean. First you gotta stir it up, baby. Ooh, smooth out the lumps. Lick the bowl, lick it clean, clean, clean. Well, lick the bowl till there ain't no more. Yeah, lick the bowl, lick it clean, 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 clean. Stir it up now, baby. Smooth out the lumps. Yeah, lick the bowl, lick it clean. Well, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. This next one is a tale of my many days in Boston area. I lived in Boston for like 20 years. So this is a true story from Somerville, Massachusetts, called Leaving Me Too. The binoculars you gave me fell in the money jar of the band playing down in the subway. The mug from Mexico jumped in the trash just in time for pickup on Monday. And since you've been gone, I've noticed that one by one, tear by tear, the gifts that remind me of you are leaving me too. The emails that you sent me disappeared with one stroke. It would hurt more to keep them than let them go. The cranberry pancakes from our neighborhood spot don't taste quite as good as they used to. Oh no. And since you've been gone, I've noticed that one by one, tear by tear, the gifts that remind me of you are leaving me too. When the hurt's all gone, I'll be a new man. But until then, I'll do the best I can. Lord, I'll do the best I can, watching while one by one, tear by tear, one by one, tear by tear, the gifts that remind me of you, the gifts that remind me of you, the gifts that remind me of you are leaving me too, leaving me too, leaving me too, leaving me too. Say goodbye, gotta let go. One by one, out the door they're gone, they're gone. Just like you, they're gone. Well, I gotta let go all the way. Gotta let go all the way. 'Cause the gifts that remind me of you, the gifts that remind me of you, the gifts that remind me of you are leaving me too. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, we got one more.
Yeah, just about. What do we got? 4 minutes or so.
4 minutes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll do this one I wrote originally for a Baha'i Race Unity Day celebration, and I've played it for lots of different racial harmony type and religious tolerance things since then. It's called Heaven Made Me Too. It's also on his compilation CD out of Boston about peace, called Heaven Made Me Too. Sometimes we're scared of the unknown. We turn away, rather be alone than touch someone or something new. The veil of fear covers what's true. Why don't you try? Take a little time to know me. There's no need to hide. I won't hurt you, no. I am just like you. Heaven made me too. We're a family. I may not know your name or language, but we have the same smiles and tears. I am just like you. Heaven made me too. We're a family. An open mind, an open heart. These are the tools with which to start. They let hate out and let love in. Help turn a foe into a friend. Why don't you try? Take a little time to know me. There's no need to hide. I won't hurt you, no. I'm just like you. Heaven made me too. We're family. I may not know your name or language, but we have the same smiles and tears. I'm just like you. Heaven made me too. We're family. Take a little time to know me. There's no need to hide. I won't hurt you, no. I am just like you. Heaven made me too. We're family. I may not know your name or language, but we have the same smiles and tears. I am just like you. Heaven made me too. We're a family. I am just like you. Heaven made me too. Thanks so much. Thank you, Charlie.
Hey, thanks, Sam, man. That was great. Beautiful.
Thank you, man.
It's really
you.
good. And let me get, there we go. Hey, that was Sam Hooper. He's a Cleveland blues player, blues, R&B, all kinds of good stuff. Good folk player. Love it. And next up, we're going to head out west of Cleveland, and we're going up to Milwaukee. Is that where you're at, John? Let's bring you on the stage here. And a spotlight. You up there in Milwaukee?
Yes, I am in Milwaukee.
All right.
I'm unmuting myself. There. Got it?
Yeah, got it. Hey,
All right.
let me just
Hey.
introduce you then. Hey, this is Jon Stano.
All right.
And I'm going to slip away.
I'm going to start with one about a guy with a guitar and a handful of songs. Probably sounds familiar to a lot of you out there. This is called One Man Band. You may see him playing on the street. Throw some spare change at his feet. You may even drop a dollar bill. One man band, he sure hopes that you will. Mostly plays his music in a day. Avoids the nightclub, smoke and sway. Said he likes it best that way. At least that's what I thought I heard him say. Oh, he's a one-man band. Oh, he's a one-man band. He sings a sad one now and then. How him and her wound up as friends. If he sees her, he pretends. Show must go on for the one-man band. Played on the beach at Waikiki. And in the metro for the bourgeoisie. Switzerland and Germany. Not getting rich or trying to get free. Oh, he's a one-man band. Oh, he's a one-man band. No lyric sheets and no chord charts. The one-man band, he plays them all by heart. You may see him in a small cafe, in some corner tucked away. got things to say. One-man band, man, he sure can play. Oh, he's a one-man band. Oh, he's a one-man band. Hey, thank you. I'm coming through okay, I hope. Any adjustments, or am I good?
Sounds great.
Awesome.
At least on my end.
I'm going to do a quick guitar change here and play the National and honor one of my guitar heroes, the bluesman Bucka White. And the source material for this song is an interview that he did, a recorded interview, and I just thought his life was very fascinating, hard life, very different than mine, but I love his music, and I hope to honor him with this song, and maybe borrow a couple Bucka White riffs in the process. People call me Bucka. Patton, you know I wanna be just like him. Learn the blues from Charlie Patton, you know I wanna be just like him. Gave me my first taste of whiskey from a spoon when I was only 9 or 10. Little town down on Parchment Farm, because I had a heart, man. Songs for the warden, and then they set me free again. Special streamline train running down to New Orleans. Sing about that special streamline train running down to New Orleans. When we get down there, you know we're gonna do that jitterbug swing. You know that people call me Bucka, but my full name is Booker T. Washington. Bucka, my full name is Booker T. I'm a blues singer down from Aberdeen, Mississippi. I'm a blues singer down from Aberdeen, Mississippi. All right. Thank you. I'd like to do the title track to my latest record. And this song was inspired by the pandemic. Not the pandemic, excuse me. It was inspired by the polar vortex. I was thinking of another song I was going to do, if I have time. Enough said.
You got about 5 minutes, just to let you know.
Great. This is called Digging Out in the Heartland. Works better with the C harmonica. And thank you all. Thanks, Charlie. We'll see if I have any time for anything else, but I think this is probably going to do it. Me and Janie were happy, hovering above the minimum wage. We never put away too much for the future, but we kept the wolf in his cage. Had a lot of good times in our humble bungalow. Summers and winters, barbecues and shoveling snow. I recall one long hot summer, me and Janie playing it cool. Janie chilling in her little one piece by the inflatable pool. The barbecue was going, we had those coals just right. Dinner and a picnic table, and the firefly night. Not sure how slow it happened, oh, but somehow we drifted apart. There's an empty space, it looks just like her. You could see it if you looked in my heart. What happened to the good times in our humble bungalow? Summers and winters, we're just cutting grass and shoveling snow. Janie left Milwaukee, headed for the old Northeast. Found her place card at the table, where the fortunate were having a feast. And everybody hustling, smiling, making deals. I'm still stuck here in the middle, trying to figure out how I feel. And I don't know if she made it, don't know what to find out. My friends say I'm better off without her. Lately I'm having my doubts. Maybe she's chilling on a southern beach somewhere, with the ocean all aglow. I'm still digging out in the heartland, and I'm getting tired of shoveling snow. Well, I'm still digging out in the heartland, getting tired of shoveling snow. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. That's my set. Thanks, Charlie.
Hey, thanks, John. That was great.
Good.
Wonderful. You're sounding really good. You've been spending a lot of time during this pandemic playing that thing, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess so. Yep, I sure have.
Hey, again, that's Jon Stano. Jot it down in your notes and check him out when you're in the Milwaukee area or wherever John may wind up. Next up this evening, we've got a wonderful songwriter. She is down. You're in Nashville, aren't you?
Yep, I am.
I always enjoy seeing Claudia.
Thank you.
Just has
I see you're in the red light district there tonight.
I was thinking about changing. You know what I do? I get these smart bulbs. That way I can just change the mood depending on what's going on.
Oh,
Which
nice.
game I'm watching. If I'm watching Doctor Who, we go blue. You know, whatever it is.
Well, I'd have been here earlier, but the Braves are just turned it all around.
Oh, are they back in it?
Yeah, they just took the lead. It was 2-0
That's good.
Houston, and now it's like 3-2 Braves.
All right. I was following the Ohio State Buckeyes, who just, after a very tough game, won. So
That's good.
They're still going to be challenging through. Anyway, let's get to music.
All right.
That's the sports wrap up for the evening. The Braves
Yeah,
are leading, and the Buckeyes won.
Well, speaking of this country and all these different states, I guess I'll do this one.
Again,
Did somebody just call?
there you go. Oh yeah, it'll be dinging.
We had names like Sean and Colleen when we reached the harbor. As quick to wink as fight with a twinkle in our eyes. And we planted potatoes and rolled up our sleeves, washed clothes and built factories, and hung on to a dream that wouldn't die. And we had names like Katrina and Ollie when we crossed the prairie. We were strong and stern and no stranger to the wind and snow. And that old blue northern, she blew and she blew, but we pulled our coats tighter, said we're tougher than you. We'll hang on, no matter how hard you blow. We've got a big country that holds so many dreams. A big country and more in common than it seems. We are love and hope and know what freedom means. We share a big country that holds so many dreams. I think it's my tuner. We had names like Katrina, like Juan and Maria when we crossed the prairie. With this dream of mañana in a place where the corn could grow. We took the jobs with the smallest of pay, the only ones that Gringo would give away, and hung on to a dream that grew so slow. And we had names like Rachel and Ruby and Yoko and Lee, Sitting Bull and Sacagawea, Muhammad and Fatima, and we are every color and faith underneath the sun. But somehow we've all come together as one, and if we can make it work in the USA, well, then maybe the whole world could live in peace someday. We've got a big country that holds so many dreams. A big country and more in common than it seems. We are love and hope and know what freedom means. We are love and hope and know what freedom means. And we share a big country that holds so many dreams. Could you guys hear the beep, or was it just coming in?
That was happening when people were coming in and out of the room, and then I found a feature that allowed me to turn that off.
Oh, okay. I thought it was my tuner. I thought that'd be a really bad thing on a tuner to have it beep whenever you left it on too long. Anyway, well, let me switch guitars here. I'm going to play a couple things off my latest album. I put out an album called Lucky Girl last year during COVID. And it went to number 5 on the Folk Alliance radio chart, which the whole album did. Title cut went to number 3. That was pretty exciting. And this is one of the songs. This song got a lot of airplay on Americana, which, you know, if you think about the fact that most of the DJs on Americana are boys, and this is a song about a car, it probably makes a lot of sense, and that might be a good idea from a promotion standpoint. You may want to, if you have any songs about cars and you're trying to get airplay on Americana, maybe baseball too. Anyway. See the yellow light and drive through it fast. I see the double line, I still try to pass. I pay no attention to the hazard signs. There's just no caution in this heart of mine. I love you like an old Buick, smashing into an Oldsmobile, 2 tons of mid-century steel, souped up and ready to go. I love you like an old Buick, revving an engine that just misfires, taking the corners on just 2 tires, bald and ready to blow. I hope I don't need a tow. I'm praying this ain't another one-way street, 'cause it's a headlong collision every time we meet. Is it me or you who's got the right of way? Will we be shattered glass and yellow tape? I love you like an old Buick, smashing into an Oldsmobile, 2 tons of mid-century steel, souped up and ready to go. I love you like an old Buick, revving an engine that just misfires, taking the corners on just 2 tires, bald and ready to blow. I hope I don't need a tow, but don't gear down. Oh, baby, don't turn around. It's too late to hit the brakes in time. There's just no stopping this heart of mine. I love you like an old Buick, smashing into an Oldsmobile, 2 tons of mid-century steel, souped up and ready to go. I love you like an old Buick, revving an engine that just misfires, taking the corners on just 2 tires, bald and ready to blow. I hope I don't need a tow. I hope I don't need a tow. I hope I don't need a tow. It's so funny to see all these hands doing this instead of clapping. Let's see, I got time for one more, I guess. This is, when I do set lists, I always try to pick something that's a story song, and then something that's a steamy song, and something that's a scrappy song. So kind of, these are both kind of a little bit steamy, but that's all right. I wrote this in Kerrville, and I wrote it about a guy that I heard singing there, and then I got him to sing the duet with me on the record. I didn't. That's a little secret for just us, you know. We get to know that I did that. He doesn't know. He just thought he was singing the duet. I don't know your name, don't know where you come from, don't know why you came or you're passing through. I don't know your heart, does it belong to someone? Don't know if it's smart feeling like I do. But I know the curve of your mouth, the strength of your hand. No, I'm grateful I'm a woman, 'cause you are a man. And I know what I'm making to do. I wanna touch you. I don't know your past, if your heart's been broken, why it didn't last, is it broken still? I don't know your dreams, we haven't really spoken. Sometimes it seems like we never will. But I know the sound of your laugh, the flash of your eyes. No, I'd wrestle with the devil if your heart's the prize. And I know what I'm making to do. I wanna touch you. I know I'm foolish and I'm acting crazy, but I know that loving don't find me that easy. And I know the blood in my veins is screaming your name, and for your heart and mine to be one and the same. And I know what I'm making to do. I wanna touch you. I wanna touch you. I wanna touch you. Ooh. Thank you.
I think you got like about a minute.
A minute? I don't know if I can do a song in a minute. I could do it in 3 minutes.
I bet you got a good story.
All right. I can do actually, you know what? I've got a really short ukulele song. Oh. No, I'll do this one. I'll do this a cappella. This is brand new. There's an empty condom wrapper neath the bed next to your shoe, and you haven't used a condom in at least a year or two. Oh, my dear sweet darling, tell me, what did you do? There's an empty condom wrapper neath the bed next to your shoe. There's a charge here on the visa from a night you were away, but it's from a hotel here in town where I'm sure you didn't stay. So I stopped on my way home from work to hear what they would say. Oh, my dear sweet darling, how'd you lie to me that way? Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. There's a pile of laundry on our bed, put yours in your drawer, and there it lay, hard black and steel, your vintage 44. I hear you coming up the drive, hear you open the door. Whichever way I point this, you won't lie to me no more. Ooh, ooh.
That's amazing. I didn't want to break the silence there. Beautiful.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
thanks. It's I know it's like politically incorrect to have things about people shooting people anymore, but what is folk music without at least one murder ballad in your repertoire?
Yeah, we're just telling a story.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I never knew a man worth going to jail over, but I guess there must be one.
And let me tell you, you have developed some great streaming skills here.
Oh,
Your sound was
thanks.
beautiful, and your sound was awesome. And we're going to jump to I'm going to pull you off, and we're going to bring on another duo who has developed some. Where are you? There you are. Let's bring you in the window here. And they've been working on their streaming skills. Remember how elementary we were all for a little while? Look at us all now. This is fun.
Yeah, we're good. We're good now.
Well, we're heading back up to Michigan with this set. We have Max and Ruth Bloomquist. Please give them a big hand. Clap loudly. They'll hear you. If we can see the Northern Lights,
Thank you.
we can hear
Thank you all.
people clapping.
I'm hoping the Northern Lights. That's what I'm going to go out and see when I get finished. Howdy, everybody. It's Farm. Farm's awesome. It's awesomer in person, but it's pretty darned awesome the way it is tonight, too. We're going to do a little something here called The Tapestry. 2, 3, and... Well, I work all day in the shuttle and the moon. When the sun comes up to the rising of the moon, it's the color and the rhythm in the deep blue sea. It's the threads tied together in a tapestry. And I get home and wanna lay me down. Count the stars in the heavens under her down. I wanna hold you close and we won't make a sound. Just listen to the music as the world goes round. Well, my shoes are worn and my pockets aren't full, but I don't know a thing on the money I pull. Got my love and my friends and my whole family, just a few more threads in the tapestry. And I get home and wanna lay me down. Got the stars in the heavens under rider down. Wanna hold you close and we won't make a sound. Just listen to the music as the world goes round. Now the sun is rising and I'm on my way, with a smile on my face as I start a new day. It's the working and the loving and the mystery. It's the magic and the beauty in the tapestry. When I get home I wanna lay me down. Count the stars in the heavens on the rider down. I wanna hold you close and we won't make a sound. Just listen to the music as the world goes round. horizon of the moon. It's the color and the rhythm and the deep blue sea. It's the threads tied together in a tapestry.
Hey Max, I sent you a little note.
I didn't see the note, but I was about to ask you, does it sound okay? I may have forgotten to turn the original sound on.
That's what I wrote you about.
Hold this, Ruth.
Oh yeah, just like hold this, will you? I just say to Claudia, nice job, lady. I haven't seen Claudia for quite some time. We shared a booth together in New York several years ago. Beautiful stuff. I especially like that last one. Keep it in a cappella, please. It's really spookier that way.
Actually, Charlie, the original sound is on.
Yep. Is there?
It sounds like there's some sort of compression hitting you.
Go ahead.
Not quite sure what it is. Maybe it's the noise
How's
suppression.
that? Does that make a difference? I don't know what he did, but
I don't know.
I had a monitor on in here.
a monitor on. Oh no.
All right.
That's never good.
I'm muting. Bye.
I beg your pardon. I just couldn't help listening to Claudia there for a minute, and so.
Yeah, we had both the monitors on there. Yep. This particular song was inspired by a meeting of a gentleman back what seems like a million years ago. But Max and I had just started dating, and he came along on a gig that I had, a solo gig, and it was an outdoor thing. And this gentleman walked up to me and he asked me for a song. And I was intrigued by his accent, and I hesitated somewhat in answering him. So he figured I needed more information. So he told me he had been with the Italian resistance during World War II. Now this was about 1976, I think. And so he said he'd been with the Italian resistance, and at one point in time, he and some of his other mates in the resistance had gotten connected with a group of soldiers that happened to be from different countries. And when they dug their foxholes in at night, the Italians were in the front, and then they went back by nationality. And in the way back were the Americans. And there was an American that was carrying a guitar through all this madness. And that was the first time he had heard the song that he asked for. So that inspired this song and the song that he requested. I was singing in a bar. He put money in my jar and asked if I could play for him a love song. There was one he had in mind of a cowboy and his bride that he'd heard the first time on the wind. Won't you sing me the Red River Valley? It brings back memories of a time that has gone by. Won't you sing it so sweetly, just as I remember, lying on the ground near my home, in a place far away, long ago yet yesterday. We were bold and young, made a difference. There was blood, there was fear. Late at night, there were tears, and a voice that could be heard in the distance. Won't you sing me the Red River Valley? It brings back memories of a time that has gone by. Won't you sing it so sweetly, just as I remember? So for a moment, friends long gone will seem alive. From this valley they say you are going. I will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile, for they say you are taking the sunshine that has brightened our pathway a while. Come and sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu, but remember the Red River Valley and the cowboy who loves you so true. Won't you sing me the Red River Valley? Oh, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Now the rest of the story. Several years after I wrote that song, somebody came up to me and asked if we were going to perform it at an upcoming show, and I said yes. And she said, "Oh, I'm so glad," because she said, "That's my Uncle Johnny." I said, "What?" She said, "The guy in your song with the guitar, that's my Uncle Johnny." I was like blown away, and she goes, "Well, my Uncle Johnny was in World War II, and he carried around a guitar and a mandolin all over Italy. He was killed in action in 1944. Before he left, he had a cowboy trio in Chicago, and their theme song was the Red River Valley." She sent us photos and stuff, which we embedded into a video on YouTube, so you can see him if you want. Uncle Johnny.
Looks like we got time for a quickie. Yes, Charlie?
You got like 2 minutes. A little
2
under
minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Ooh.
Ooh, that would have to be a very quickie. Which quickie did we do the other night?
Let's do that one.
Okay. Which one was that?
This is called Dear Mr. Keeler.
Oh gosh.
Yep, 5 friends.
Yeah. Like every other folk singer, we wanted to be on that show. 2. Traveling up, all right.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. I know that. Saturday. Saturday went traveling down the road, loading up the guitars, listening to the radio, waiting for the music to open up the door. Minnesota Public Radio and Handsome Guy Noir. Dear Mr. Keeler, I'm sending out some feelers. Prairie home has long been my companion. My son would be so proud if he could hear your St. Paul crowd clapping for his mama on the radio. Maybe we could sing a song together. Maybe we could sing a song that my mama loved. To stand upon Fitzgerald's stage would be a dream come true. Powder milk biscuits, Lake Wobegon and you. Dear Mr. Keeler, I'm sending out some feelers. Prairie home has long been my companion. My son would be so proud if he could hear your St. Paul crowd
clapping for his mama on the radio. And my son would be so proud if he could hear your St. Paul crowd clapping for his mama on the radio. Thank y'all very much. Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you so much.
Y'all have a great night. Listen to lots of music.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Let me come take your spot. There we go. Okay. All right. That was Ruth Max Bloomquist up in Michigan. That was wonderful. I love listening to him. And Ruth is such a wonderful songwriter, and Max is a great bass player. Next up this evening, I got to move along. I'll just sit here babble all night. Next up this evening, one of the great things about the pandemic, and it's, you know, you got to find a silver lining and everything, is that for myself, I've made a lot of new friends, and early on, I visited a songwriting circle with David Haken, and sitting in on that song circle was our next guest. Her name is Narissa Bond, and I really enjoy getting to know her a lot. She's got great stories, a wonderful spirit. Her songwriting is beautiful, and you're going to love the way she presents it because it's just wonderful music. And let me bring you up here.
Thank you for having me. I'm going to start off with a little song. It's about my great-great-grandfather, and he was born a slave, and this is a song about his journey to college. He was emancipated when he was really, really young, and he was born a slave, but he went to college when he was like 16. So this is a story about his journey to Berea, the city of Berea, and the college of Berea, Kentucky. Walking west across Kentucky, sun upon my back. Kentucky mountains were my home. Now I'm walking to the wide unknown. Daddy was his lover, mother was not his wife. For a slave she had no say about what was wrong or right. Ooh. We grew up out of the chains that held us when we were born. My mother read the good book, she knew that there was more. Ooh, my mother, she sent me to a college, to a school where I could learn. I steered to pay for my tuition. I was 16 years old on the road to Berea. 75 miles in 3 days on the road to Berea. Night, the moon will light the way on the road to Berea. 75 miles in 3 days on the road to Berea. Paving the road for a new day. I studied education, studied theology, met a fine woman named Jane Ellis who would marry me. Ooh. My brother Henry soon joined me, became a teacher at the law, met a woman named Mandolin to whom 9 children were born. Ooh. My mother laid a foundation, who we could be. 6 generations strong, you're troubled, remember me. On the road to Berea, 75 miles in 3 days. On the road to Berea, night the moon will light the way. On the road to Berea, 75 miles in 3 days. On the road to Berea, paving the road for a new day. Inspired by achievements of the past, inspired by a faith that knows no faltering. Forward in the struggle, behold the dawn of a new day. I may not see it, but it will come on the road to Berea. On the road to Berea, paving the road for a new day. At night the moonlight light the way on the road to Berea. Thank you. I'm going to switch guitars real quick. Yeah, that's a true story. Yeah, and he paid for his tuition with a cow, believe it or not. I guess that's the way they did it back in those days. This is always so tricky. Gonna make it easier. So, just last week, we lost a family friend, and she's very young, and she passed to cancer, and it's such a sad thing. Never known someone so full of life, and I dedicate this next song to her. This is a song from Narissa. It's really a song about all of the places that I love so much in this country. And the song is called Sacred Spaces. Sunrise over ocean wide, farther than my eyes can see. Song of the ocean's tide, diamond light on the waves. Fragile are these gifts from Mother Earth. Changing tides, lost in my beginnings. Sunrises over sacred spaces, shorelines, the oceans wide. Ships sail to the horizon, sunsets over sacred spaces. Great plains under spacious skies, tall grass where nature once moaned. Lightning strikes, then the thunder sounds, miles away under rolling hills. Fragile are these gifts from Mother Earth. I will be a guardian of these. Flint hills, wheat fields, blown by a whisper. Sunrises over spaces, big skies, the eagle flies over this horizon, sunsets over sacred spaces. Sunrise in the desert sky, mountains peak in the distance, coyote's song rings in the foothills, cactus flowers bloom in the winter. Fragile are these gifts from Mother Earth. I will be a guardian of these. Big skies, the mountains high, reaching towards the heavens. Sunrises over sacred spaces. Big skies, forever roads. Mountains reach a million stars. Sunsets over sacred spaces. Thank you. Got to switch again. I always have to remember which buttons to press because if I don't do the right one, it's not going to be very pleasant for people. So, I had planned to do a song I did last night. Actually, Thursday night, not last night. And I think I'll do it. So, anyway, oh, thank you. It's a nice message. Thank you. I went to a workshop today, and someone said, "Don't cry when you're playing a song," and I was getting choked up because I was thinking about my friend and so my voice did some weird stuff there, but I'm going to learn. He said, don't cry when you play an emotional song. So I know I'm going to try to remember that. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Anyway, this is a song about those people in this country, kind of also the world, but people who are marginalized. And so it's called I Live Here Too. And I am black, the color of the night, in a beautiful evening sky, where the stars sparkle like diamonds, high above high. In chains of despair I came here from my home in Africa. I toiled the fields till I was free, still I rose above. I live here too. I live here too. I live here too. I live here too. I am red, the color of sunrise, and the color of earth's clay. Was native to this land long before the white man came. They took away my land and they forced me to move on. I never did surrender, body and spirit still live on. I live here too. I live here too. I live here too. I live here too. I am woman, the mother of the earth and the blue in the sky. I am mountains standing tall. I am rivers running wide. There are those that seek to break me. There are those who would do me harm. My power is too great, and I've weathered many storms. I live here too. I live here too. I live here too. I live here too. I am every woman and man, and those who dare to choose. If anyone is not free, everyone will lose. I have worked so hard, come this far, got a long way to go. In this place we call America, I call home. And I live here too. I live here too. I live here too. I live here too. I live in the land of the free and the home of the brave. I live in the land of the free and the home of the brave. I live here too. I live here too. I live here too. I live here too. I'm sorry I went over. I took a verse out, but you can hear it on YouTube or anywhere else. So I look forward to hearing the rest of you. Thank you for hosting me, and I will be back in a short time. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Narissa. It's Narissa Bond. She's out in...
Or Narissa Bond, narissabond.com. Yeah, you can check out my music there. And two of the songs that I did tonight, Sacred Spaces and I Live Here Too, have videos. So check them out. They're pretty good. So thank you. And it's been great listening to you all, and I look forward to hearing everyone else. Thank you for having me, Charlie.
Oh, of course. Well, you know, before my wife went to bed, she said, "What are you going to do if somebody's late or they're not here?" I said, good idea. I should be prepared for such an occasion. So I am. As far as mentally prepared, that's a whole nother story. By the way, Kerry Keen, can you hear me? If you could let people in for me, I made you co-host. See, Mark is trying to get in. I'm not sure if he's... Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so how do I go about doing that?
You just open that participants window. There's a thing at the bottom on your toolbar.
Okay,
It's
got it.
participants, and when somebody tries to come in, it's going to say waiting room. And it just said Mark Freeman a second ago, but I let Mark in because I didn't want him waiting while we were walking through this thing.
Let's see. Okay, I got you.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Well, a fella that Mark just wrote a song with, actually, has been teaching me how to play some Piedmont-style blues. trouble in mind. Well, I'm blue, but I won't be blue always. Because the sun is gonna shine on my back door someday. I'm going down to the river, gonna take my whole rocking chair. And if the blues they don't leave, I'm gonna rock right out of here. In trouble in mind, well, I'm blue, but I won't be blue always. Cause the sun is gonna shine on my back door someday. I don't normally plug in. On some lonesome railroad line and let the 219 come and ease my worried mind. Oh, trouble in mind. Well, I'm blue, but I won't be a blue always. 'Cause the sun is gonna shine on my back door someday. That's been my little project working on at home by myself with my friend Kevin Richards. You might have seen him if you came to the panel on education. By the way, that was a cool panel, really great. Mark Dvorak, Kevin Richards, Brianna Lane, and discussing music education during the time of COVID and beyond. And so when the replay of all these panels come up, check that out if you didn't get a chance to check it out. It was a good one, though. How are we doing on time? About 7 minutes. Let's do a song I wrote coming out of New Orleans after Folk Alliance in January of 2020. It was a sad, rainy night. I remember Kobe Bryant died that night, so there was sort of this sad mood on the train, and it was raining, and you're rolling from New Orleans through Jackson and Memphis and up through into Chicago, and it definitely had a really, it's just a blue feeling. So I just wrote about that feeling and all the history I was thinking about as we were rolling up through the Mississippi region. I call it Silhouette and Blue. As a matter of fact, actually, if you don't mind, I just have to finish by 12:30. So let me do this real quickly. This is really silly on my part, but it would just be goofy not to utilize this. And there we go. I got a little blue. Claudia and I were talking about my color schemes. Well, next stop is Memphis. There came a warning from the crew. Impatiently she swayed with a suitcase in her hand, and slow in the tempo at St. Paul and Main, she exits at Central Station. She don't care about Graceland, no, she's here for Lorraine. In a silhouette in blue. Well, everybody is on board, and the conductor, he shuts the door. With a flam of tapping slowly back up to speed, the coaches roll. And like a street corner dancer up high on his toes, just a moment to rest between shows. 'Cause the crowd moves along when you're in between songs. In a silhouette in blue. Forgetting the words here. Well, on the city of New Orleans, the dining car is closed. Just for the folks who ride, well, up in coach, they won't eat tonight. And it's been raining since Jackson. I've dreamed the refrain, a song of abandoned campsites. And that juke joint is silent. My Stella, it won't hold its tune. In a silhouette in blue. Since we left Louisiana, there have been no more parades. When that locomotive roars, it sounds like a Buddy Bolin's horn. And now we're almost through Holmeswood. There are no delays. There's no trouble reported this morning. And our arrival's on time on track number 9. In a silhouette in blue. I just fell into the mood of that because we've got this nice rain just dripping away here in Cleveland. Hey, we've got one more minute before our next act. So real quickly, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about Folknet. We are Northeast Ohio's folk and traditional music and dance society. We sponsor a concert series in the Cleveland area called the Folknet Concert Series. Our next concert will be Joel Mabus, and we are doing these online right now because we still don't think it's safe. So you can catch that at folknet.org, and you can see Joel Mabus along with one of our locals, Mal San Marco, who is once our Folknet vice president. And then next month in December, we're going to have Claudia Schmidt, and there may be more to that. I was talking to Claudia yesterday about making that show maybe a little more exciting, which we're going to step it up pretty big. Hopefully it'll be a great one. Anyway, so that's our December plan. We also have from somebody who you may have seen throughout the conference, woman named Kathy Johnson. She's from Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, and she will be performing virtually for our Mountain Rose Concert Series, which is another concert series that we host down in the Kent area. Kerry Keen, and he is from Kent. He will be closing out our evening for the Folknet Room. And it is now 12:30, so I'm going to introduce our next act. She is from Austin, Texas. She's a wonderful songwriter. Her name is Jan. Is it Siedes?
It is. It is.
Yeah. Okay.
That's brilliant. Nobody has gotten it wrong this whole weekend, which, you know, like my MySpace is, I'll answer to anything at this point because I've heard it so many different ways. So I'm going to do a couple from my most recent project, which is an album called Unsung, and it's stories from the Bible that you never got to hear. And the CD was all recorded and ready to release, and somebody walked up to me on stage and said, "You ought to turn that into a book." And it had never crossed my mind, but as soon as he said it, I thought, well, yeah. And so I did. Here's the book. It's the lyrics and a little backstory on each song and illustrations that were a collaboration by myself and a wonderful watercolorist named Vanessa Lively. The CD is in the back, and it was a lot of fun. And I thought, wow, okay, well, that's the project now. Only now it's turning into a musical. So it's sort of the never-ending project, and I'm going to do one, well, I'm going to do two from that project. Because when the Me Too movement started to happen, it occurred to me that that problem was thousands of years old. And there's, you know, the stories that you didn't get to hear in the Bible, for the most part, the people that didn't get to tell their stories had one little hitch. It would have been an interesting story, but they were female. In fact, I thought the whole album would be songs about women, but it didn't turn out that way because eventually, like halfway through, the songs started to write themselves and some other underdogs kind of loped in and took over some space. But the musical is going to be all the ones about women. And it's not only that they were repressed, it's that they bought into it. And that's what this one is. I am Jacob's daughter. Dinah is my name. Leah is my mother. I am 17. There's a dozen more who are my brothers. 2 of them went to Shechem and killed my lover. They say they thought he took me unwilling. They say the stain on my honor requires this killing. And they tell me it's not their fault. They say things just happen that way. They say, must be how God planned it, so there's no use in carrying on. They say, if anything, I am to blame, and I stand convicted and appalled. They say I shouldn't have given my heart, and they tell me it's not their fault. His voice was my temple. His smile was my light. And he was tender and wanted to make me his wife. He offered alliance. In our ways he'd abide. My brothers stole his life like thieves in the night. They say they thought he took me unwilling. They say The stain on my honor required this killing. And they tell me it's not their fault. They say things just happen that way. They say must be how God planned it, so there's no use in carrying on. They say if anything I am to blame, and I stand convicted and appalled. They say I shouldn't have given my heart, and they tell me that's not their fault. My father says we will have to leave this place. I'd rather stay, but who'd have us in such disgrace? And they tell me it's not their fault. They say things just happen that way. They say must be how God planned it, so there's no use in carrying on. They say if anything I am to blame, and I stand convicted and appalled. They say I shouldn't have given my heart, and they tell me that's not their fault. Why ever did I give him my heart? Thank you. So, like I said, I thought it was going to be all women, and it didn't turn out that way, because there was one guy that you have to feel sorry for him. So here he is. I may have been the first one out of the womb on the day that we were born. I may have grown taller and stronger, but that may be unimportant. Though I was the better hunter, you were the one who got blessed. Papa might have liked the meat I brought, but Mom always liked you best. I may have sold you my birthright, 'cause I was a hungry guy. And the smell of your bean stew made me crazy enough to pay your price. You totally fooled me with your trick, and I didn't protest. Papa might have liked the meat I brought, but Mom always liked you best. I'll admit I wasn't around much, and Mom may have thought that a shame, but she always called you her sweet Jacob and had trouble remembering my name. It's Esau, Mom. So when it came time for Papa to give my inheritance to me, Mom sent you into his room instead, 'cause she knew you couldn't see. She made you feel and smell just like me, and you stole my bequest. And by the time I got there, it was too late, 'cause Mom always liked you best. There goes my future. Mom always liked you best. She said God made her do it, but we both know Mom always liked you best. Thank you. That was one of those things where things were getting kind of dark and gloomy at my house, and so I needed something funny, and it's not really there. You have to kind of bring it with you. So I have spent the entire pandemic writing, and somebody, I hope, is going to tell me if the balance on this sound is incorrect, but I've written probably 6 years worth of normal output this year because it was such a good way to keep the anxiety at bay. So this was one of the results. This was from a prompt, and the prompt was try to fit all the colors of the rainbow into your song. So I opened up Google to see what there was about rainbows, and it turned out that it was March 30th. It was a special day. And I'm about to tell you which day, but it was totally fortuitous. So here's the song that resulted. So I got red, brick red and scarlet, coral and... Oh, sorry. So I got red, brick red and scarlet and jaspberry and plenty of oranges. Like sunset and sienna, lemon yellows in there too. Sun gold and canary, olive, sea green and shamrock. And I got blue, cerulean to denim, navy and Pacific, robin's egg and cornflower. I got eggplant to plum, royal purple to fuchsia, indigo and cobalt. Lord, I'm in their power. I got the box of 120, sharpener on the side right where I need it. Got the box, give me lots of paper. It's National Crayon Day. It was March 30th. Remember that in 2022. Gonna make a banner and hang it in my window. All the colors of the rainbow and a few nature never thought of. I want everyone to know, no matter who they are, no matter where they come from, that I am in love with the box of 120, sharpener in the side right where you need it. Got the box, give me lots of paper. It's National Crayon Day. Did you know that crayons have collectors? Did you know that crayons have a history? If there's not a crayon museum, there should be. For the box of 120, sharpener in the side right where I need it. Got the box, give me lots of paper. It's National Crayon Day. Got the box, I'm gonna need lots of paper because it's National Crayon Day.
Yay.
Let's see, where did I come in? Do I have time to do one more short one?
I'll tell you what, yeah, you've got about 2 minutes, a little under 2 minutes. About a minute
Okay,
and
this
25
probably won't even take both of them.
Okay.
Hold on. This, yeah, there it is. I wasn't expecting to do it, so I didn't. This was the result of a picture of hand-painted seashells. And I got to thinking about how many times the same things are repeated in nature, so this was the result. Fibonacci and fractals are nature's way of saying, despite the way it looks, it's still all good. There's meaning and order in the universe, even if that is unclear to you. You've just misunderstood. The sun rises, the moon rises, the tide rises, they all recede. It's in the flowers and in the stars and galaxies, and so do we all rise and fall, one after the other. The universe unfolds exactly as it should.
That's wonderful. Thanks, Jan.
Thank you.
I'll come back in. Hey, I was thinking about your request for the Crayon Museum. There actually is. What you need to do is you need to go up to Easton, Pennsylvania, and right in the middle of Easton you can go to the Crayon Museum. And then as soon as you're done with that, the Crayola Museum, you can drive like 5 miles up the road and go to the Martin Museum.
Oh, wonderful.
So there's
I'm going to have to do that now,
there's a plan.
you know. Thank you.
They're
And
within
thank you
5
for
miles of
inviting.
each other. Oh, you
Yeah,
bet.
that's terrific. Yeah, thank you for inviting me here too, by the way.
Of course. Okay, I'm going to bring up our next act, if I can figure out how. There we go. Next up, he's probably the furthest from my home in this room that we have this evening. Are you with us, Kray? Where are you at?
I'm right here.
You're right here. Okay, I got to find you so I can make
Here
it.
being relative when it's virtual.
We're all here. Anyway, Kray is from Fairbanks, Alaska. He is
Actually, not anymore. I moved down to California. All my promo stuff is still from Alaska, but I'm down in the lower 48 now.
Okay.
So I'm cheating. I'm not up there anymore.
Well, I'm glad that you get to watch the sunrise and sunset.
Yeah.
It's a important part of the day. Well, he has these beautiful guitars, and he knows how to use them. One of them has
Hopefully.
a lot of strings over there. Anyway, this is, I'm blanking. Kray Van Kirk.
Van Kirk.
I knew
Yeah.
it. Van Kirk. Kray Van Kirk.
And I was just actually out. I had a show at Godfrey Daniels, and I didn't realize that the Martin factory was just down the street. And they mentioned it, but it was closed still for COVID, so I didn't get to go. This is like last September, just a few months ago. But I'll be back actually in your area in April for a bunch of shows in the Great Lakes area, and then going down through Ohio and Missouri down to Colorado. So maybe I'll drop you a line and see if I'm doing a show anywhere near you, and invite you out, put you on the guest list. I'm going to take these headphones off, but it is Halloween, so I'll start off with a Halloween song. Full moon barely had arose, it looked down through the trees. The wind on mouse feet crept along among the fallen leaves. And William rode his lonely way beside a murmuring sea. Upon the twilight shore of Wales, it was All Hallows Eve. And thought he of his own sweetheart, he did not hear the horn that sounded faintly far behind, from beyond the bourne. But soon he heard the pounding hooves that shook the very ground, and with a mighty rushing wind the riders ringed him round. Their eyes shone in the blade at night, they smelled of earth and air, with voices like a howling wind, their faces cruel and fair. And for to ride on All Hallows Eve demanded they their toll, and gave him then a race to win for his life and soul. Oh, ride, young William, ride tonight, Elfland's on your trail, to take your soul if you should lose upon the shores of Wales. Then came to him a midnight horse, whose rider wore a crown, and gazing at him with a smile, bade him to step down. A steed as red as blood or gold was given to his rein. It's a fairy mount to match my own that evens out the game. Know you, sir, the gallows oak that overlooks the sea? A league or more straight on from here, that our goal shall be. And if you win home, you shall go free from curse or pain. Ah, but if I catch you, mine will be, and come not home again. Then William bravely up and cried, these terms be far from fair. I stand to lose my own dear soul, and you not one small hair. A blacksmith now by trade I am, your risk must match my own. I'll forge your soul into my swords, as steel shall be your home. Oh, ride, young William, ride tonight, Elfland's on your trail, to take your soul if you should lose upon the shores of Wales. So be it, cried the Midnight King, to yours I pledge my soul. They brought their horses side by side and faced them towards the goal. And faster than the wind they flew, William rode the storm, and behind him came the elven host, winding on their horns. Softly on the sand, and it whispered through the leaves. The moon sat veiled in tangled cloud, and sank down through the trees. And William's horse walked slow and cold beside a murmuring sea, upon an empty shore of Wales. It was All Hallows Eve. Sticking with the Halloween theme, Pete Seeger said you take the 12-string guitar, you find the one string that's out of tune, and you tune the other 11 to it. One of the things that's come along with fairy tales and myth is that we have begun to superimpose them on the real world because we know that fairy hasn't actually over that hill in those trees because Google Maps mapped it, and it's not over there, we know it. So we've begun to blend the two the way they were originally. This is a retelling of the story of Thomas the Rhymer, and he was taken under the hill into Faery by the Queen of Faery for 7 years. But in this version, she comes for Thomas on the Eildon Hills between Scotland and England, not on a white horse, but she comes on the subway. I am the queen of Elfland, Thomas, said the writing on the wall. Look for me on the A train headed south when you thought you wouldn't find me at all. I've been watching you all your life, waiting for the day I would take it down under the hill. 7 years, 7 months, 7 days. So ride with me o'er the ferny brae, through the rivers of blood that run, on the road from the Eildon Hills. Sing for me at my bed and board, sing for me in the dawn, sing for me as the crowd rushes in and the loudspeaker says to get on. Sing for me by the sun and the moon, though neither one hang in the sky. Electric blue is the light underground as the time passes seamlessly by. Trade your songs for silence now. To the truth has your tongue been trained, till the winds and the seasons change. I am the queen of Elfland, Thomas. You are mine, you are mine, you are mine. For though you walk on the earth once again, it will be for a very short time. For when the sun finally sets in the west and you give your last breath to the sky, oh, into the sunlight and under the hill, Summer King, Summer King, Summer King, we will fly. Oh, into the sunlight and under the hill, Summer King, oh, Summer King, we will fly. Both of those are kind of long, so I'll just do 2. Thank you so much for the invitation. I sure appreciate it.
Thank you, Kray. That was wonderful. That's Kray Van Kirk. Give him a big hand and make sure he hears you out in California. You don't have to clap as loud as we would have had to if he was in Alaska. Let me pull his screen away. And next up this evening, we've got a fella. He just lives up the road from me here in Cleveland. He is a wonderful, wonderful songwriter, a lyricist that you're very lucky to have stumbled upon. I'm going to be doing a show with him next week. And where are you? I'm
right at the top.
Yeah, but your top and my top probably look different.
Oh.
Ah, there you are. I see you. His name is Mark Freeman, and he's one of the nicest guys I know, too. There we go.
Thanks, Charlie.
Okay, now I need to figure out how to get rid of me. Hi.
Good morning. My name's Mark Freeman, and I'm here to play a few songs. just for all the DJs, the booking agents, stuff like that. I have 3 albums. I'm working on a 4th. There's Cold Feet. There's Past is Past and Hermit so far, but we're going to work on some more. This first song I'm going to do really focuses on like a bad week and what's left over. There's a place where I go when the world brings me down, and I find myself wondering why I'm hanging around. Why work hard and worry about the bills to be paid? Seems I wouldn't be nothing if I wasn't afraid about the stuff that don't matter, what others might say, of the bad news delivered on the TV each day. But come Sunday morning, I sit down in my pew, just the good Lord and me, nothing better to do. And I go to that place in between my 2 ears, where I'm buried in the sunshine, and there's nothing to fear. Everything's alright, if just for a while. I don't care where I'm going, but I'm going in style. Take the feeling I'm feeling as my souvenir till I make my next trip in between my 2 ears. Then come Sunday morning, I sit down in my pew, just the good Lord and me, nothing better to do. Where I don't want for money, and I don't want for love, just the green grass below me and the blue sky above. Thank you. Thanks very much. This next song is called Missing Mules. And it's about one of the great mining disasters in the U.S. It happened in West Virginia in 1907. And this is it. It was just before noon as the ground began to shake. 400 men and boys began their shift on 6 and 8. In the depths where no man goes, an explosion in the mine. Gold dust paired up with black damp, it was part of the design. Unprepared for the disaster, I joined the death parade. Methane gas was dire as it went on its crusade. Mothers, wives, and sweethearts watched the bodies as they passed. The shrieks of anguish that they saw were remnants of the blast. And the miner's life ain't easy as he steps into the void. An open lamp, a lump of coal, the spirit now destroyed. The end of days has come to pass, Grim Reaper strikes again. The miner cares for missing mules, but not for missing men. Labyrinth of tunnels united the two pits. 2 strings of ore cars locked the port and smashed them into bits. The canopy of the engine house was blown to smithereens. Charlie Honecker, a trapper, was crumpled across the greens. The gas inside was fatal, it killed with sheer delight. John Herman died his lunch between his knees without a bite. Fred Cooper found there lying there, his head turned toward the door. His mouth was open as he gasped for air that was no more. And the miner's life ain't easy as he steps into the void. An open lamp, a lump of coal, the spirit now destroyed. The end of days has come to pass, Grim Reaper strikes again. The driver cares for missing mules, but not for missing men. As I approached the mortal vein, no master make me strong. We had to work in shifts no more than 15 minutes long. A makeshift mortuary was set up at the bank. The bodies of the victims were laid down upon a plank. For the men and boys that lost their lives, transition was too late. The owners would not shift their ways, would not capitulate. The explosion had knocked minds, many souls were lost. The wives and children left behind were never worth the cost. And the miner's life ain't easy as he steps into the void. An open lamp, a lump of coal, the spirit now destroyed. The end of days has come to pass, Grim Reaper strikes again. The mind cares for missing mules, but not for missing men. Thank you. This last song is off of the very first album, which is called Cold Feet. And it's about a fella that loses his wife and wants her to come back, and it's called Merle Was Right, because just like Merle, sometimes the bottle lets you down. Left without a trace about a month ago, when she packed her bags and lit out for the road. And I keep wishing on the moon that I'll be hearing from her soon, and she'll tell me that she's on the way back home. Since she left, I spend most nights away from home in this saloon, and the man behind the bar's my new best friend. We don't talk much as a rule, but my glass is always full, 'cause he knows I want her memory to end. And I keep looking for the answer in the bottom of my glass, hoping for redemption from the chains of my past. And I keep seeking absolution when the memories inside. I'm just searching for salvation from my mind. Where she went, I cannot tell you. No one seems to know why she felt she had to up and leave this town. So I sit here on my ass, drinking bourbon by the glass, just like Merle, the bottle let me down. Now I've never been accused of being a religious man, and I haven't talked to Jesus in some time, but I swear that he's looked at me from a glass of whiskey, told me that drinking every night won't ease my mind. So I keep looking for the answer in the bottom of my glass, hoping for redemption from the chains of my past. And I keep seeking absolution from the memories inside. I'm just searching for salvation from my mind. I'd be lying to myself if I said that I don't care. She's the only one to help my heart mend. Each day I kneel and pray, Lord, help me make it through the day, Lord. But it's not the memory brings me back again. And I keep looking for the answer in the bottom of my glass, hoping for redemption from the chains of my past. And I keep seeking absolution from the memories inside. I'm just searching for salvation from my mind. I'm just searching for salvation from my mind. I'm just searching for salvation, searching for salvation from my mind. Thank you. I guess that's about my time. I have a website, it's on my bio. And everybody have a great evening, or good morning. Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks, Mark. That was wonderful. In the middle of your set, I started answering a text that you sent me that I did not see earlier. I apologize. My eyes have been stuck on this
No
Laptop's
problem.
the whole time. I'm gonna be able to see this Zoom room in my sleep. I think not just this one, but you know, we've all been watching these showcases and panels all day, and what a wonderful day we've had. Kerry Newcomer, boy, was that inspirational in every way. You know, and being that we're all building these stages online as a new stage to exist in as artists. She really set the bar there. She did a great job. The production of that was just amazing, and everybody else's production has been great. And what am I doing? I'm taking Mark away. I'm getting really tired. Annie nudged me and told me to wake up. I'm getting there. And actually, I could go to sleep right now, but I don't want to because our next act is. It's not. I'm getting really tired. I almost made it Max. Max, you're going solo bass solo. Here we are. Okay. He's a host in this room, so I could literally go to sleep and it would be fine. I'm sorry, I just dropped something. But I'm going to stay up because I love listening to Kerry. He's a great player.
I'll have to try to find something to keep you awake here.
Cool. Hey, this is Kerry Keen. Welcome him to our little stage.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm amazed that I'm still awake at this point. This has not been my habit of lately, but man, it's been some great music tonight. Charlie, you outdid yourself this time in finding all these folks tonight. It's been great stuff. Mark, good songs. This first song is partially inspired by Teddy Roosevelt. I think it seems to me the way things have been going lately, we could all use a little more of Teddy Roosevelt. It's called Lose or Win. Lose or win, you can never go back again, but there's a part of you still living in all the places you have been, bad or good. All the deeds that you have done, all the songs that you have sung, they will all come round again, bad or good. Lose or win, well, life's a game, and we're just here to play. It's all the same. If you look at it that way, you can hold yourself above it and never feel the pain. But the sunshine don't mean nothing if it never rains. Lose or win, you can never go back again, but there's a part of you still living in all the places you have been, bad or good. All the deeds that you have done, all the songs that you have sung, they will all come round again, bad or good. Lose or win, behold the man, bloody, bound and beaten, but he took a stand. So he will never be defeated, his place will never be with those who fear to risk it all. Only stand and watch and criticize the ones who fall. Had our chance in this life, you and I, but we never got it right. We talked right past each other, and the words just fell apart. listen with our hearts, lose or win. We can never go back again, but there's a part of us still living in all the places we have been, bad or good. All the deeds that we have done, and all the songs that we have sung, they will all come round again, for bad or good, lose or win. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, put that down there. So,
Hey, Kerry, the hat you're wearing, you know, a lot of these people are from Michigan. That's just rubbing it in, man.
yeah, well, they won tonight, in case anybody cares. If you're into that sort of thing. There are a lot of Michigan folks up here tonight that really, I was hoping so. Now, actually, I was born in Michigan, so I'm not a freaky diehard, hate Michigan kind of guy. So I just I live in Ohio. So anyway, well, let's have a little humor after that, just in case there's any bad feelings about this. Everybody knows who Chet Atkins was, and for all of us guitar players, he's certainly was one of my heroes. But not everybody knew knows that I'm getting tired too. That Chet Atkins also wrote a few songs, and this is one of them. I think it was Chet's answer to a Mac Wiseman song, an old country song, kind of a sappy tune called "I Still Write Your Name in the Sand." You know, he's missing his whoever, and writes her name in the sand. Well, this was Chet's answer, I believe, and he called it "I Still Write Your Name in the Snow." A little different. Well, I'm sorry now that I caught you messing around. You packed up your pickup and you boogied out of town. Well, darling, I just thought you'd like to know that I still write your name in the snow. And when those snowflakes fall, you know I see that happy you and me used to be. And when the snow has covered up the ground, well, I think of your name and I have to write it down. Well, honey, do you think of me when you're feeling low and wish you could write my name in the snow? Well, I once had an inkling you'd come back again, but I see now that I was just a tinkling in the wind. Well, you hurt me more than you'll ever know, but I still write your name in the snow. And when those snowflakes fall, you know I see that happy you and me used to be. And I write your name so beautifully, but you know it's hard to dot the I's and cross the T's. Well, honey, do you think of me when you're feeling low and wish you could write my name in the snow. Here we go. Yes, I still write your name in the snow, don't you know? Oh, honey, when I think of you, you know I stop at the bar and have a few, and then I write your name in the snow. For the shake now. Okay. Enough for the comedy hour. Time for one more here. I was going to do a song about unrequited love. I guess I will. The heck. So this one is it's off of my my last album. This Song Is For You is the name of the album, and the name of the song is For You. So this song is for you, since that's the name of it. All right, and thanks, Charlie. Thanks to everybody. Thanks especially to everybody for sticking around this late. If you're as tired as I am, it's greatly appreciated. Oh, that won't work. Darn capos. Okay. Morning weaves a velvet halo all around your head. You're telling me that it's time to go, but I'd rather stay with you instead. I'd rather stay here with you today. I'd rather stay if that's okay with you. 'Cause I love lady, can you tell me why do I keep coming back to you? And every time I try to tell you how I feel, I can't get through you. Can you give me a reason why? Can you give me an alibi? Can you tell me why I play the fool for you? Why do I love you? I'm not the only one that loves you. I'm not the only one at your door. I know I'm not the only one who's left his heart lying there on your floor. I try to tell myself it's alright, we've all been there before. But you know, sometimes I think I just can't take anymore. But I love God knows I do. Lady, can you tell me why do I keep coming back to you? And every time I try to tell you how I feel, I can't get through to you. Can you give me a reason why? Can you give me an alibi? Can you tell me why I play the fool for you? Why do I love you? God help me, I do. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thanks,
I'm just
Annie.
saying good night. It's good to see you all. Narissa, John, nice to see you guys.
Good to hear you all
Mark,
too.
Dan, hi, Max. I'm sorry, I'm totally Zoom bombing you, Charlie.
Zoom bomb brought to you by your conference director, Annie.
But it's the end of the night, and I just want to say good night. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Charlie.
Hey, real
Thank
quick.
Thank you, Charlie.
Give you a rundown.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you, Annie.
Andy Cohen, Sean Miller, Sam Hooper, Jon Stano, Claudia Nygard, Max and Ruth Bloomquist, Narissa Bond, Steve Madewell, who I sat in for. But check out Steve's stuff. He's a great musician. Jan Siedes, Kray Van Kirk, Mark Freeman, and we opened with a board member from Folknet, and we closed with one, Kerry Keen. So thank y'all. Hey, my wife got me some little chocolate donuts a la, John Belushi. They're sitting on the cutting board waiting for me in the morning for the AGM. So I'm going to get up early and eat my little chocolate donuts and then greet you all for the AGM. Until then.